Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a if I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes. I picked 10 palettes from my collection. If you've watched my videos in the past, you know that I have an eyeshadow palette declutter and collection video, and you should know that I do have over 100 palettes. So doing 10 palettes was kind of hard for me. I did go through all my collection of eyeshadow palettes and narrowed it down to 10 eyeshadow palettes. So if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I do upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. And let's just go ahead and jump right in. Let me know down below if you guys have any suggestions on videos you guys want to see from me. So I was watching Morgan Turner's video, which was the if I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes. I actually didn't really know what to film, and after I watched her video I was like, let me go ahead and go through my eyeshadow palette collection and see what 10 eyeshadow palettes I would keep if I could only keep 10 of them. Again, I do have over 100 palettes, so some palettes were no-brainers for me, but then I would put some in and I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. So I had to open everything up to see my color scheme there. I do also want to give credit to Annette's Makeup Corner. She's the one that created this tag here. I've been subscribed to Annette's channel for probably 3-4 months now. I really enjoyed her channel. If you guys love colorful looks, definitely go and check her out. So I am going to get started. I did pick a lot of big palettes, but if I could only keep 10, of course, I'm going to go with the bigger palettes that have more shades for me to pick from. No particular order. The first palette that I thought in the top of my head was definitely going to be a neutral everyday palette for me. This is one that I really love as well. This is the Huda Beauty Medium Nude palette. This is definitely up my alley, color schemes that I love to use every single day. I just realized this is the first time I'm filming with my new backdrop. I'm back to my wall. I was filming over there, but it was just a pain in my booty to like move everything and to set up each time to film, and it was just annoying. I love filming over there. I love the background, but I figured let me get rid of my backdrop and do kind of a personalized background over here as well. Back to this. Really enjoy the color scheme in here. These are my kind of everyday kind of shades for me. Really pigmented. Really enjoy this palette. This definitely had to be in my top 10 palettes that if I could only keep 10. Don't mind my nail. I just broke my nail a few days ago. I didn't even realize when I broke it. I just looked down and my nail was broken. I usually super glue it back on, but I have no idea where I broke it at, so I can't do that. Next palette, I decided to go with the Melt Gemini palette. I decided to go to this because it has some neutral shades and then also the beautiful olive green tones in here. This is really pigmented, but it also has a lot of kickback, but I thought it would give me my neutral shades again, and then these beautiful olive shades that aren't in the other palettes that I did pick for my top 10 palettes. So another neutral everyday kind of palette that I picked was by Natasha Denona. This is the gold palette. I need to use this more, but as I was looking through my collection, I figured I need everyday natural kind of tones, and this is beautiful. This is more on like the mustardy kind of shades. I think this is more of a cool tone palette as well. You get some gold shades. You do get this like pretty blue-green color, this dark blue color as well. This is really pretty. It's like a reflex green gold kind of shade. It's so beautiful. It's really pretty shade. Wanted to have some variety. I wanted to have color. I wanted to have neutral, natural, everyday kind of colors. And I figured this was more of like a cool tonish kind of color. As you can see, this is more of a warm tone brown, the Gemini. I can't hold this up. Whereas this is more, I feel like a little more cool tone. I don't know. I thought it would give me a good variety. Plus with my medium nudes, I thought I had a good variety of natural everyday kind of colors. Next up, I decided to go with this palette right here. This is the Honey palette by ColourPop. I just thought this is really unique to my collection. I don't have a lot of yellow tones, and you can see it kind of has like some of those mustardy shades as well. I really loved this palette when I created my yellow look, and just figured let's add some yellow to my if I could only keep 10 palettes, because why not? A lot of these palettes that I do have here don't have yellows, and I just thought this was very unique to my collection already with all the palettes I do have. So once I actually narrowed everything down to 10, again, I laid everything out open just so I could see my color schemes and all that, and I don't know, I just went with these. I did pick 3 ABH palettes. Again, I did pick bigger palettes because if I could only keep 10, why am I gonna pick like 10 little of these guys? You know what I mean? We need some variety. So the first one from ABH I picked was the Jackie Aina palette. I thought this was very beautiful. I love the color scheme. I love the formula of this palette as well. I'm not a big fan of these palettes formulas. This formula is different from the other ABH. It's not as powdery, and again, you do get some beautiful purple shades, a pink. You get this like bronzy color. You get a pretty unique green brown shade, some beautiful dark smoky eyes you can create using this palette. You get a lot of variety in this palette here. So my next ABH palettes I decided to go with both of the ABH Norvina palettes. I only picked up both of these. The first one is volume 1, which is purples. I love purple eyeshadow, so I knew I needed to pick a purple shadow palette. Actually, when I was watching Morgan's video, she picked this one as well, and I was like, ooh, I love that palette too. Like, why wouldn't we pick bigger palettes if we can have more colors to play with? I really love this palette. When I picked it up, I was very impressed. This is a pressed pigment palette. The pigmentation on that is really nice, as well as volume 3. This one's a little more wearable than the other one. You do get your browns, your oranges, your reds, your burgundies, gold, some greens in here. You get a lot of color in here, and this palette is more wearable than the volume 1. Beautiful palette. Definitely love, again, this formula. It's a pressed pigment palette. I love that I get lots of choices in this one as well. Next up, I decided to pick this palette here because I don't have a lot of palettes that have greens in them. The ones that I picked, I did have the Melt Gemini that has the olive shades, but this one is more of a green blue palette. I thought, let's go ahead and pick this as well. It has some really pretty unique shades to it. This is the Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. Look how beautiful this color scheme is. I definitely had to pick it because of this pretty periwinkle color. I love these colors as well. I love this like blue-green shade. This dark blue is super pretty. This green. I just thought this was like a really unique blue-green palette. I don't wear a lot of blues. I do like wearing greens and purples like color. But blues scare me a little, but there's not that much blue in here. I feel like it's more of a green palette. Very beautiful. I think it'd pair super well with the volume 3 together because the Norvina 3 has some greens in it. And then also the Gemini has greens in it as well, so I think it'd pair super well. And then the last 2 palettes, I actually have 2 colorful rainbow palettes. The first one is by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is the Jawbreaker palette. I initially picked Sugar Pale Fun Size palette because of the pastel shades. And then when I went to the drawer where this one was at, I saw this and I was like, this has pastel shades. It has fun pups of color as well. So I decided to go with the bigger palette again, just because I would get more options with this palette here than using like the Sugar Pale Fun Size, which I do like. I like the pastel shades in there, but again, I do get the pastel shades in this, so why wouldn't I pick a bigger palette to be able to keep if I could only keep the 10? Really love the formula on this. I love all the color you get. Again, this is a pastel, also some bright shade rainbow palette, so definitely would keep this. And then the last palette, I just picked this up. It is What's on My Eyes as well, and just by using it the 2 times I have used it, I thought this is a really nice palette. I've really enjoyed it. This is the Beauty Bay times mmMitchell palette. Again, this is What's on My Eyes. Really enjoyed this palette. It's a pressed pigment palette as well. And here is, I didn't take this off because I like to keep mine plastic inserts in, but here's this side. I have Melted in my inner corners. I have Mad in my crease. I have Mini in my crease in my outerish corner, and then I also have Michelle on my lid. And then I use the Suva Beauty liner for my liner. And then this side is more of the cool tone side. So I definitely want to go with this palette because again, you get the warm tone side and then you have this cool tone side, which you pretty much get every single shade you need. When I was using this palette to get ready today, I did notice that I didn't have like a brow bone kind of shade for this, but girl, I needed a rainbow palette and I definitely have that with this. I think I'm set. I'm set with my rainbow colors. I have 2 to pick from, and then I did pick colorful-ish eyeshadows as well. So I definitely will be good on like color looks having these 10 palettes only. And I really enjoy the looks I've created when I have used the palettes. And then again, I do have some browns in here as well for everyday use when I don't want to create something like this every day. I have those options as well. So yeah, these are my if I could only keep 10 palettes. I'll link Morgan Turner's video and also Annette's Makeup Corner, the original creator, down in the description box so you guys can check them out. Let me know down below what 3 palettes for sure would be in your, if you could only keep 10 palettes from your collection. Again, let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!